welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we're going to do a reading for the Divine Feminine. Let's call in spirit with some wind chime time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far, Divine Feminine. It is so hot right now in Minneapolis, so I am hiding in my apartment for a little bit until it gets a little bit nicer out. I apologize if you can hear the fans. There's probably like 18 of them in my apartment right now. I am super excited because I've been really enjoying this Voyage of the Soul Oracle, so we'll start there for you guys, just to give you a little peek in case you haven't seen it yet. They have generally about 5 words on them. Some of them are more of a phrase than a couple different words to choose from, but lots of really nice like nature imagery as well. We have the Divine Feminine. Futuristic, huh? Alright, so this reading is for somebody who is innovative or crafty. Somebody that knows how to take what they have available to them and make something even better out of it. People may doubt this person or not really feel like what they do is cool, and then they turn around and this person has started a trend. You know, like whoever decided, I'm going to live in my van. Trendsetter. Ooh, and then we have intimacy. So there's something here, Divine Feminine, about a change in your partnerships or your intimacy. And it could have to do with you being a little crafty. Of course, there is also the word plans. Maybe someone's making plans to visit the person they want to reunite with. We have energy and communication. So it'll be interesting to see what else comes out after these two, but what I'm being pulled towards is the idea that there have been some new methods of communication that this Divine Feminine has discovered or been working on. So the other words underneath energy are life force, chakras, Reiki, intangible, subtle, and crystals. So somebody is getting a little bit more in touch with their spirituality and looking into things, obviously like watching tarot, but it's a form of expression. It could also be how you're communicating. Wow. Okay, so here's what I'm getting from this, because this is such a cool progression. So just to run down the big words at the top for each of these, we have futuristic, intimacy, energy, communication, the universe, indulge. You, or whoever I'm reading for, you are showing people how to love. You are a trendsetter when it comes to emotional connections and communication. You are also getting communication from the universe, and whoever I'm reading for, you have likely been seeing signs that it's time for a retreat, a vacation, perhaps even a move. There's a change here that feels like a dream come true. There's something that you're doing that's going to be rejuvenating and revitalizing, and it's going to look a lot like a vacation. It's going to be a little unconventional. People might not necessarily understand your path. Maybe they never have. This is you. you are a trendsetter or you are seen as crafty or innovative because you do things your own way. You're magical. You see things that other people don't. And there's this like magic in your energy that people can pick up on, that you're the kind of person that brings life to things that maybe were dull or forgotten. You may have drawn in too many people with this aura or energy that you have, because it looks like you have probably also been seeing signs that it's time to do this relaxation in order to cleanse or detox after either a particularly chaotic situation or maybe just in order to remove yourself from a very toxic situation or environment. So for some of you, this could literally be saying you need to like find an opportunity to take a bath, take a salt bath, go swim in the ocean. But there's something here about maybe even drinking water. There's something here about water and emotions and a need to detox. Oh my. Now we have gifts coming out to clarify energy. So, Divine Feminine, whoever I'm reading for, you have spiritual gifts that pertain to the life force, to the chakras. You might be a healer. And it may have been something that was kind of latent, or you didn't really feel like it was a big deal. It was just like, yeah, I don't know, like sometimes I hear things, sometimes I see things, sometimes I touch an object and I know who it belonged to. You know, like little weird things, but like, you know, it's not a big deal. And then as you go through your journey, these things start to change or develop or expand. And somebody here is taking notice of their own gifts, and I think purposefully taking the time to detoxify and re-energize so that you can better manage or tap into those gifts or skills. So now as I look at the communication card, the word that's sticking out to me most is connection. And this is right as we have the word soul coming out. Infinite self, source, non-physical, karma, Akashic records. Somebody has a very close connection to the spiritual world. That could be somebody who has, you know, even some mediumship skills. But whatever it is, you're special. Don't shy away from that. Don't feel like you have to be ashamed of that. There's a reason you have this gift. And underneath gifts, there's also publicity, success, and fame. For some of you, this gift is going to bring you not just like an abundance in terms of a financial sense, but also like support because you have some measure of fame. You know? This is why I love these cards so much. So we have bloom and create, clarifying the universe and indulge. So basically what I'm seeing is we have somebody who is radiant and attracts opportunities or magic, somebody who's very attractive or has a glow about them, and maybe artistic. If you don't consider yourself artistic now, you may in the future. There's something here about being able to transmute pain or like trauma into beauty, via art. So you may be into painting, dancing, poetry, music. There's something here about taking time to indulge in this creative expression while you're taking that time to escape the world, right? Alright, so we're going to clarify with the tarot, and we'll use the OG, the Rider-Waite. What else do we have here? Well, that's beautiful. So we have the Six of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Three of Swords. Your ability to pivot or reinvent yourself whenever something traumatic or difficult happens in your life is what marks you for success. You don't quit, and I admire that in you. If someone hits you, you don't stay on the ground and whine about how you fucked up your cute white skirt. You're like back on your feet in no time. There's also something here about recognition. I feel like there may have been some issues where people didn't really want to see you for who you really were. And even if they don't say it to your face, there's an understanding now that people who try to confuse your character with something less admirable were just jealous. So we have the Nine of Wands and the Three of Swords. This is like learning lessons and changing how you want to approach love because you've been through enough heartbreak. So this idea of cleansing or detoxifying is pertaining to feeling like there have been people that have let you down or betrayed you in situations where you thought you could trust them, and having that sense of heartbreak not hold you back from what it was you were working on or who you want to be as a person, right? Some people let those kind of situations pull them back into like a low vibe attitude, and you can end up losing some of the progress that you've worked hard on in terms, sorry, that you've been working on because you weren't willing to take the higher road and be more mature about a situation that didn't really go your way. Instead, I see somebody who's saying, I've been through all of this. I'm going to choose a different path. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to heal, and then I'm going to take a different approach. I should have predicted it, because that's obviously the fool's energy, right? Somebody who's willing to try something different. I've been down this other road before. How about jumping off this mountain and seeing how that goes? I giggle because it's like somebody here doesn't necessarily know where they're going to end up or where they're going to land, but they have faith. I feel like a lot of what's coming out here in terms of the connection spiritually has to do with somebody who's willing to take this chance because they have that trust or faith in the universe. There's masculine energy that was dishonest or held back the truth. This could, of course, also be somebody who, coming towards you, would like to be dishonest. But it's no surprise that we have the word goddess being clarified by an emperor, because a goddess is going to attract a few suitors, right? The problem being with this emperor coming out with the Ace of Swords in reverse is that this is like a baby emperor. And yeah, I say it like that specifically so that if you're listening, Mr. Baby Emperor, you know that you don't get to just like walk around with your head held high because you have a crown. Like, you also have to act the part. Somebody here is not courageous enough to tell the truth, or is slimy enough to think that lying about a situation is the right move for an emperor. It isn't. Somebody needs to speak their truth, and they have not. So, Divine Feminine, let's find out. I wonder if this person has learned their lesson. They may see you, because he's side-eyeing over to this Fool. They may see you willing to start something new and leave them behind. Exactly. As a challenge to finally step into that true Emperor vibe and not be a baby Emperor. So we have the Three of Cups, but they're in the reverse. This is clarifying the Six of Wands. I feel like you have succeeded or had some sort of like community or social situation victory in terms of somebody who went up against you trying to make it seem like you were the problem when you really weren't. There are people who didn't want to see you succeed. There are people that wanted to see you be stuck or maybe a little bit like too anxious to try something different. But the reality is you learned your lesson. You have this like drive that keeps you moving, this life force, right? And with the Hanged Man in the reverse, we had somebody that realized that whatever delay they were going through or whatever was an obstacle needed to be addressed because there were important things to be doing and they didn't want to be stuck in this energy anymore. Somebody freed themselves. I don't like this group. I don't know if this is your friends or like a work environment, maybe even a family, but it's like they're over here with their over-tanned skin waiting to hear that you've had some shitty day. Like, I'm not going to answer the phone if you want to tell me about getting a promotion or that you closed a deal or you bought a house or you sold your car for what you wanted. I don't care about that. I want to hear about your depression. I want to hear about how you failed. I want to hear about how something went really wrong for you. Who does that? Somebody has been watching and waiting. This could also be somebody who's been trying to basically come off as if they are you. Somebody who may be a little bit of a copycat because this person is like the same like positioning and looking the same way, but like obviously looks angry because of the skin tone, to be honest, and isn't as carefree as the Fool. So basically, Divine Feminine, you have people that wish they were you, and because they're not, they would instead like to throw shade on you. How shocking. Four of Wands. In the reverse. Clarifying the Emperor, which is number 4. So you may be seeing the number 4 quite a lot. This Emperor wanted to delay your justice or your redemption. It's like they wanted to do something before you bossed up, is the vibe I'm getting. So he may have lied about a feminine energy that is emotionally manipulative and tries to come off as kind or considerate. A Queen of Cups in the reverse is like not as bad as a Queen of Swords in the reverse, but what I really don't like about the Queen of Cups in the reverse is that there's this element of taking the information you find out about the people that trust you with that information and using it against them, and I really fucking hate that shit. So, this Nine of Cups in the reverse. Not my people. Alright, let's get some additional clarity for you guys. We use the Morgan Career. I always forget the last half of it, you guys. I'm so sorry. What else do we have for the Divine Feminine? If this is resonating for you, go ahead and give me a like or subscribe. We have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So, this to me just kind of feels like there are people that are hating on the Divine Feminine because they are not in this like independent, self-sustaining boss lady kind of vibe, right? Because it's clarifying the Three of Cups in the reverse. Why are they not supportive of your successes? Why do they not want to see you succeed? Because they're jealous of you. They don't want to celebrate you for being so independent and then feel like, oh my gosh, and then we get the Three of Cups in the reverse again as we're clarifying it. It's like they wanted to block your finances and your love life. They wanted to see you alone and like losing your partner or whatever. So with this Three of Pentacles, what I'm actually seeing is people didn't want to give you credit for all the work you did on your own. It's kind of an unusual way for me to look at this card, but especially with the Three of Cups in the reverse and what we've been talking about, there's only one person working in this card, even though it's supposed to be a card about collaboration. So to me, it's talking about people who maybe offered to go in on a project, backing out. There are a lot of situations where this individual ended up having to go it alone, and I think that's you, Divine Feminine. And people did that likely because they either didn't want their name on your project or they didn't want to see you do well. Well, then you did the thing all on your fucking own, and now they look like idiots. Now you're on some pedestal or being praised for what it is that you built because you did it on your own. And these people are over here like, well, shit, now I look like an idiot. Yeah, you do. So the number 3 could also be something that you're seeing quite a lot of. We have the Four of Wands in the reverse, clarifying the Empress. And this is a really interesting progression, you guys, because we have Emperor, Four of Wands in the reverse, Empress, which has this like nasty little connotation of the Empress being like, what's that? You want to marry me? You weren't there when you said you would be. You weren't there after I'd been there for you. You turned your back on me, or maybe even encouraged these people to block what I was trying to accomplish in my life. So what, you could like drink and like laugh about me? You guys don't have anything better to do? Like, when I don't like people, I don't think about them. This Empress is like, nah, man, I got my shield, I got my lotus flower, I got my relationship with, wow, that's crazy. Oh, wow, okay. So basically, this Empress is like, no, I really just, I don't see that happening anymore. Like, there was something that happened between the two of these that didn't go well. And it's one of the reasons that this feminine energy is thinking about taking this vacation or perhaps even like moving away. I remember we had this Queen of Cups in the reverse. She's sitting next to the Four of Wands. There could have been a marriage that actually ended between these two because we have now the Queen of Cups coming out again with the Two of Cups sideways, which tells me this Emperor had feelings for the Empress, did not say anything or lied about his feelings for this Empress, and then chose to have a serious relationship with this Queen of Cups in the reverse instead, as if she were going to be nearly as awesome as an Empress, and then realized that there was no foundation. There was nothing stable about being in a relationship with this Queen of Cups in the reverse. So what happened? this Two of Cups that he initially denied the Empress, he has since rescinded from the Queen of Cups in the reverse after seeing who she actually is. She lied to him as well about who she was. And now we have a masculine who is more passionate about offering his cup than the Empress he would like to offer it to, because she's seen, I'm just gonna say, she's seen him with his pants down, and that's not in a like cheeky, like funny way. That's like your ass was showing, bro, and you didn't do your squats. This guy was unwilling to be a loyal friend, or we'll leave it at that. This person wasn't loyal to the Empress, and then chose someone who was clearly inferior to her, who emotionally manipulated him, and now wants to come back and offer his cup to her, and she's all like, you for real? Because why should I believe you running in all reckless with this information when you were dishonest with me before? Why did you take so long? What was the delay? When did you find out that you'd made a mistake? Why did you lie? We have the Star, I would say, coming out in the reverse. This is clarifying the Three of Cups. These individuals that were friends or family of this masculine energy didn't want to see this masculine heal. So this could be because they like to party with him, because they like to get naked with them. There are a variety of ways that these people were connected, but none of it was contributing to the cleansing or healing that needed to happen, that had resulted in this person's own self-sacrifice or self-sabotage at the hands of third parties or external parties, telling this person how to live their life. Here we have the Emperor coming out to clarify the Three of Pentacles. And I don't know why, but what I really see is I see somebody who should have a lot of power who's hesitating. For whatever reason, I see this particular Emperor as sitting on a seat watching a battle go down, thinking I could probably help, but I didn't say anything. I just sat here. I watched the battle. What an Emperor. Page of Pentacles. This is clarifying the Five of Cups. So now we have someone who has to start over again. Someone who realizes they made the wrong choice where it concerns this divine feminine, where it concerns you. And that wrong choice led to, an unhealthy relationship, but also meant he now has to start all the way over with, a not so great track record with this Empress. Is she willing to forgive him? Is she willing to take him seriously if he makes an offer? He doesn't know that. We have the Seven of Swords in the reverse. And the Queen of Rods in the reverse. This Empress has created some pretty firm boundaries where it concerns people who are dishonest, or really just anybody who's toxic, anybody who might try to take from her. She realized she has things that she needs to protect, right? And one of the things she may feel she needs to protect herself against is the vengeful desire for this Empress to be taught a lesson by this Queen of Rods or Queen of Cups in the reverse. This is somebody who could have cheated on the Emperor, who didn't say anything. With the Queen of Rods in the reverse, or Queen of Wands in the reverse, we have somebody who's willing to use their sexual energy to manipulate others or try to control the outcome of a situation. But we also have somebody who has stopped getting the opportunities that maybe they were used to previously. Somebody who is not as powerful as they thought they were. Alright, so we'll close out the reading with the Zodiac Fortune Telling cards. What else do we have for the Divine Feminine? What advice do we have? You are continually in someone's thoughts. I'm going to go ahead and guess it's this Emperor. Successful in big things if undertaken. Futuristic. Trendsetter. Like, you're a force to be reckoned with, Divine Feminine. You have things you are meant to do in your life. You can't let these little breadcrumb and a-holes hold you back, right? I'm an Empress. If you don't know how to approach me, if you don't know how to be respectful, then I'll move along and find somebody who will. So I got plans. I got things I'm doing. I'm going to sit here and help you tie your shoes. Investigate carefully before going into any new undertaking. So that's pretty clear, but, you know, do your homework. Remember, it's Mercury retrograde as I post this. Alright, I hope you found that helpful, Divine Feminine. Thank you so much for the support on the channel. I'm almost to 1,000, so I should be able to go live soon. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.